What if I told you that in the last 2 weeks, I tested 5 different passive income apps, and some of them literally paid me more than my morning coffee, while others were complete time traps?
It sounds exciting, right? But here's the problem. Most reviews you see online are either fake, sponsored, or only show screenshots of someone making $100 without explaining the tiny details that actually matter. So instead of trusting anyone else's experience, I decided to test these apps myself, logging every minute, tracking every payout, and seeing which apps really delivered on their promises. Some apps were surprisingly effective. Some apps frustrated me to the point that I considered deleting them, and one app completely shattered my expectations in ways I didn't think were possible. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which apps are worth your time and which ones are just draining your battery, your patience, and in some cases, even your data. Let's start with the first app I tried. This app promised money just for walking and moving around. At first, I thought, no way, money for walking? That's barely worth my effort. But after installing it, I realized it tracks your steps, converts them into points, and then allows you to redeem those points for cash or gift cards. I spent the first few days treating it like a game, taking extra walks, pacing while on calls, even opting for stairs instead of elevators. By the end of the week, I had earned just over $8. Not life-changing, obviously, but considering I didn't need to do anything beyond my normal activity, it was actually kind of fun. The key takeaway here? Passive income doesn't mean zero effort. It means small, consistent actions that slowly add up. Next, I tested an app that claimed to pay for watching videos and completing surveys. Honestly, I was skeptical. Most survey apps are either tedious or don't actually pay, but I set aside about an hour each day to scroll through videos and answer surveys. After a full week, I earned roughly $25, but there's a catch. Half of that came from short 15 to 30-second videos, and the surveys were long, repetitive, and occasionally annoying. This taught me an important lesson. Micro passive income streams work, but they require patience. The income isn't huge, but it's something you can do while doing other activities, like watching Netflix or cooking dinner. You're not building a full business, but you are building a small, consistent cash flow that compounds over time. The third app I tested was a bit different. It promised rewards for investing spare change from your purchases. This one felt less like a money-making gimmick and more like a real financial tool. Every time I used a linked debit or credit card, the app would round up my purchases to the nearest dollar and invest the difference. During my test week, I only had about $10 in transactions, so the app invested around 80 cents. Tiny, I know. But here's the clever part. The app also gave a small cash bonus for signing up and completing initial tasks. By the end of the week, my balance showed $12.50. The true power of this app isn't instant cash, it's the compounding effect. Even with very small amounts, if you continue using it month after month, the money grows exponentially. This taught me that some passive income apps aren't about quick wins. They're about slow, consistent growth over weeks and months. The fourth app promised rewards just for listening to music. I'll admit, I was extremely skeptical. I mean, who actually pays you to listen to songs you're already streaming on Spotify or YouTube? But after setting it up and letting it run in the background while I worked, I started earning points per song played. By day 7, I had redeemed $6. Very small, but the effort was literally zero. I didn't have to actively do anything. I could just go about my normal day while the app ran. This was probably the purest form of passive income I tested. The downside? It's not scalable in the short term. But in the long term, if you listen to hours of music daily, it could add up to something more meaningful. The fifth and final app was the most interesting. It promised passive income through referrals and sharing content. Most people assume referral systems are scams, but this one was surprisingly straightforward. Every time someone signed up using my link and completed a small task, I earned $2. I shared it with a few friends and within a small social group online. By the end of the week, I had made $18. This demonstrated something crucial about passive income: leverage. You create a system once, in this case sharing a link, and you earn repeatedly. Unlike micro-tasks, which require constant action, systems allow your effort to multiply. The more people you reach, the more income flows without additional work. After testing all 5 apps for 2 weeks, here's the breakdown of my earnings.
Walking app, $8. Video/survey app, $25.
Spare Change Investment app, $12.50.
Music app, $6.
Referral app, $18. The total, roughly $69. Not life-changing, but enough to prove one critical point: small, consistent actions can generate real income over time. And here's the most important lesson I learned: passive income apps aren't magic. They require setup, engagement, and sometimes creative thinking. You need to combine multiple streams, micro-tasks, digital rewards, and leverage systems to create meaningful income. One app alone will rarely produce $100 or $500 in a week, but multiple apps, used strategically, can produce cumulative results. Another takeaway is patience. Many people try passive income apps, see small earnings, and give up. That's a huge mistake. These systems are built for compounding. The walking app may not pay much the first week, but in 3 months it could pay more than $100 if you maintain habits consistently. The investment app may start tiny, but over months it starts to grow exponentially. And referral systems? They thrive on network effects. The more people involved, the higher the potential earnings. The final point is leverage. True passive income comes not from time-for-money trades, but from systems that allow your actions to repeat automatically. Whether that's letting music play, rounding up purchases, or sharing a referral link, the system works while you focus on other things. That's the difference between fake passive income and real leverage. So after 14 days of testing 5 apps, my conclusion is simple. Yes, you can earn money with passive income apps, but it's never fast and rarely huge at first. Small amounts matter if you stay consistent, and combining multiple streams is how you reach bigger numbers. The total earnings, $69 over 2 weeks, aren't life-changing, but they're real. And more importantly, I now know which apps are worth my time, which ones are not, and which strategies could scale if I reinvest the earnings into other passive streams. If you remember one thing from this test, remember this: passive income isn't about getting rich instantly. It's about small systems stacking together consistently, patience, and smart leverage. If you found this test helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see the next experiment, check out my follow-up where I test high-yield passive income strategies that claim to make $500 plus per month, because the results might actually surprise you.